Good morning, folks. We are in John chapter 21. It's all post-resurrection stuff. We're talking about some of the amazing incidents that took place post the resurrection and some of the things that happened in the life of Jesus and the disciples at that particular time. Now, we're talking about the incident where the disciples decided they would go fishing. Jesus on the seashore, he sees them battling. They've caught nothing. He says, fish on the other side of the boat. Blessing was on the other side of the line of the boat, and they caught a great haul, 153 fish to be exact. God always goes over and above. He always gives us more than we need in so many different areas in our lives. And then it happens like this, where Peter recognizes it as being Jesus, and he jumps in the water and he swims to Jesus, leaving his buddies to bring in the fish. Anyway, when he gets to the seashore, he notices something. He notices that Jesus has prepared something for them. Jesus has made a fire, and Jesus has got fish on the fire. Jesus has been fishing before them, and Jesus was a better fisherman than them because he caught some fish. Anyway, he puts the fish on the fire. They all run in. They bring the stories in, and there's the sense of uneasiness. But as Jesus is speaking with the disciples that day, a significant thing took place. They had breakfast beside the seashore at a place that Jesus had already prepared for them to have that breakfast. You know, when I think about that, I think about Psalm 23, that he goes ahead of me to prepare a table in the presence of my enemies. He prepares a table for me, and he goes before me in order to do that. Jesus is always going before us. He is in tomorrow while we are still in today. Now, when you think, guys, of the nervousness sometimes that we fear, and we fear in life so many different things, and we're always scared about tomorrow. People with health issues, and my heart goes out to you guys, you know, who have news of bad health or have received a bad prognosis from the doctor, and there's a fear for tomorrow. For those of you who are running businesses at this time, and man, it's tough in our country right now to run a successful business that turns over enough money with all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. How do they expect a business to thrive? It's very difficult. And my heart goes out to you as well. To those of you who are in relational issues, sometimes it just looks like there's no hope, that there's no tomorrow for my marriage, there's no tomorrow for my relationship with my kids, there's no tomorrow, but people, do not be fooled. God is already in your tomorrow, even while you are still in today. He has gone ahead of you to prepare a place for you. Now, in the story, it may look just like a small thing, but I'm not so sure it is. I'm pretty sure this is quite a big deal that we can learn from today. Jesus always goes ahead of us. I guess that's why they call him the Good Shepherd. If you live in our country and you will see shepherd boys who are herding cattle, they go behind the cattle with whips, and they shout and they scream and they whack the cattle with their sticks and their whips. And those cattle are scared of them. And yet in the Bible, we read about the shepherd who walks ahead of his sheep. He goes ahead of them to prepare the place. He goes to make sure there's no noxious weeds. He goes to scare the wolves away. He goes to prepare that place. And Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. I don't go behind you, scolding you and pushing you and shouting at you. I go ahead of you to a place that I will prepare for you. Great terminology about heaven. Jesus said, John 14, I go ahead of you to prepare a place for you. Jesus is always going ahead. Jesus is in our tomorrow while we're still sitting in today. So for those of us who are fearful, for those of us who are nervous about the future, don't worry. Jesus is already there, and he's preparing it for you. I find this this is not a sentimental kind of a thinking. This is real, people. This is real. God is in our future while we're still in the present, and he has prepared this place for us. Heaven, a table land, he's prepared it for us already. God bless you guys. Go and have a great day. Bye-bye.